Welcome back to your Cheddar, brought to you by Ally. They do it digitally, they do it right, and they'll do seriously anything to keep your Cheddar stacked.
Stacked.
Yes.
Can you imagine paying off $50,000 of debt in just 7 months? That's what our next guest did after he proved to himself that living on a budget worked. He started spreading the word. Please welcome Chris Peach, founder of MoneyPeach.com. I love money. I love that I named Money Peach. That's like a very clever name. Chris, how did you do this? How do you pay off $50,000? I mean, were you making a lot of cheddar? Like, how did you do this?
So yeah, we came out of college, my wife and I. We both had great jobs. We're in our young 20s. We come out of school. We're making over $100,000 a year. We live out in Phoenix, so the cost of living is low. So we're doing really well financially, or so we think. But we just did the normal thing where you come out of college and you think, okay, now it's time to live our lives the way that we had imagined living, in college all these years as poor college students. And we just went crazy. I mean, we said no to nothing. We went on vacations, bought new cars, new houses, new clothes, jewelry. Basically, we were the fun couple that just said, yes, we're going to spend money because we think we make so much of it. And so that's that's how we got into this. I mean, it was a mess. It was a mess. And
so you amassed $50,000 and then you had to pay that off in 7 months?
So, there's no timeline saying you have to pay it off, but basically we went completely broke. When I say completely broke, we had maxed out our credit cards. We had no cash in our bank. And so we're sitting here in this nice house, nice neighborhood. All our friends think we, have all this money to spend. Our families thinks we're doing great. And we're sitting here, we literally are overdrafted. We have no cash. And it was that moment we said, okay, we need to completely change the direction we're going. Because, it wasn't just the money problem. It was, when money's not going well in your life, other parts of your life start to really fail too. Our marriage wasn't like rock solid when you're $52,000 in debt and broke, right? So, the 7 months that just happened. And so, are you asking how did I do that, or how did I get in?
Yep.
So,
how did you pay it off?
So we looked at it and we said, okay, what are we doing wrong? And we just didn't manage any of the money. So we had no idea how much was coming in, what was going out. We thought we kept track of it in our heads. But the problem with that is in a 30-day, month-long period, there's so many different things going on every single day. There's no way you can keep track of it, right? So we created a budget. We didn't know even how to do that. We were never taught how to do a budget. We just kind of figured we'll try this and that. And it took a couple months. But once we started seeing where the money was going, then we could say, okay, we could put a stop on this, a stop on that. We could really allocate our spending. And from that point forward, then it was just off.
Is this the Money Peach monthly budget? I like this thing. What is this?
Yeah, so we have two versions. When we started off, we used the yellow pad. And so now on our website, we make it a little bit user-friendly. So we have that. We have a spreadsheet version for those that like spreadsheets. We use the spreadsheet version currently. And so it's just tracking your everyday expenses. And people think it's crazy because we literally track every single dollar.
Peach.
But yes.
Peach. Can I call you Peach?
Please call me Peach.
Okay, Peach, here's the thing. Here's why you got to track every dollar, okay? It's death by 1,000 cuts, by 1,000 small cuts. Whenever I review my personal Amex bills or my Ally bills, whenever I review our spending, Jill and I go through a monthly budgeting process with our financial advisor, Jason Fitz. It's always small things. Yesterday, I was approving, Eric Harris is the president and COO of the company, right? I was reviewing Eric's expenses, okay? Eric's expenses were $9,000. But hold on. Eric was not out there. He buys the fresh.
Dinners?
No, the Fresh Direct goes on his thing.
Right.
The Amazon
supplies,
purchases.
I'm sure.
So actually, to be honest with you, for the president and COO, basically that under 10 grand to run the office is not so bad. But the amazing thing to me is we had one line item for something from Google, which I think is our Google Apps, which is $1,000. Okay, I sort in top high to low,
Almost
and then
2% of the bill.
it immediately drops off to items that are $120, $87, $96. It's amazing that you can get to $9,000.
Right. With small ones.
The small ones. Right, Peach?
Well, so that it's not how much you make. I always tell people it's the death by 1,000 cuts, like you said. So you can make 4,000 take home a month, or you can make 20,000 take home a month, and all it's going to happen is you're just going to have deeper cuts or more cuts along the way, like you had just said. So when I'm looking at people's budgets, that's one of the things I see right away is you have 40 different small expenses that add up to 40% of your take-home pay. They don't realize that's going on. So doing a monthly budget and looking at it is how you identify, where are we overspending? Where can we cut back? So that's part one of paying off debt, is just finding out where the heck is your money going.
Yeah.
You know what I also do? I spot check everybody's expenses in the company, okay? I go through and I just randomly pick a $120 expense, and I'm like, why did we spend $120 at this company? And that also, you got to spot check your small expenses.
Yes, you do, but you got to be careful because when you spot check your wife's expenses, you could get in some trouble there. So
She spot
I
checks
always tell
mine.
people,
Jill turned to me the other day and she goes, I have a delta of $380 on your cash. You took out $380. What did you spend the $380 in cash on? I loved it.
both ways.
I loved it. I loved it. I was like, she's like, don't spend cash. If you spend cash, we can't track it in the budget. You've got to use cards.
Would you suggest
see,
that
I will
too,
challenge
Chris?
you on that.
Okay.
Can I challenge you on that?
Go right. Go
Yes.
Peach. Go Peach.
Okay, so I tell people to actually pick 3 categories in their life and use strictly cash, just for a 30-day period. And the reason why is I think the problem we get with spending is it's so easy to spend money, right? If you use a credit card or use Apple Pay or Amazon one-click, there's really no effort involved. You're just pushing a button or swiping a card. I want people to actually take cash and hand it over to the person at the register, kind of the old-fashioned way. Now, I know it's archaic in today's day and age, but...
I completely agree with you. I completely agree with you. I'll tell you why. Taking money out of the ATM is the most painful thing in the entire world. The only reason why is I'm a frugal individual, so I don't need to do that cash exercise, but I agree with you, for high plastic spenders, it's a good exercise.
Just 30 days, so pick 30 days, or pick any categories for 30 days.
I think worse than taking money out of the ATM is carrying around all those coins that add up. They're so heavy.
I use a jug, like a children's...
Like a piggy bank.
I use a piggy bank, and then I give it to the children, and I make them go to the bank and they like doing that.
Change it for money.
Yeah.
Or deposit it.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a great thing to teach your kids, too.
Chris?
Both my kids have bank accounts.
They learn the budget early on. All right, Chris Peach, founder of MoneyPeach.com. We got to let you go, but thanks so much.
Hey, thanks so much for having me on.